Hi everyone, this is Carol Ann Speaks, the State of Our World, on Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. So, what is it? Well, the coronavirus is still with us. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. We have to live with it. Now, one thing we do know is that the coronavirus, more and more cases. As of this evening, we have 3,903,015 U.S. cases. And we have over 140,000 people who have passed away from this virus. I think approaching 141,000. So we still have to practice the same things we keep talking about: social distancing, wear a mask when you leave your home, uh, protect the vulnerable populations, the first responders, the healthcare workers, the essential workers. Do lots of testing, trace contacts, uh, and then any contacts who test positive, trace their contacts. Anyone who tests positive, quarantine those people and get them healed, get them well. Now, we have mixed messages coming from the federal government and some state uh, governors, but we have to continue doing this. I believe the only way to conquer the virus is to have a national lockdown, shelter in place, uh, for a period of maybe a month or so. I'm not sure, but keep tracking everything, tracking the cases, the cures, those people in the hospitals, those people who passed away, and then uh, make some determination if we could go to a more reduced lockdown. But we definitely need a national lockdown. We need personal protective equipment. We need hospital supplies and equipment. We need tests. Definitely, all these things are just in short supply. Now, in the state of Florida, there is a teacher, Stephanie Miller, who, third grade teacher, she got the virus, and she was in a ventilator for like 21 days, I believe, and is doing well now, is recovering slowly. But she has to learn how to walk again and how to talk, and basically how to do everything, move. And she has some scars on her lungs from the ventilator. She has some have these issues. She can walk a little bit now. She can speak, but she is kind of told. The state of Florida, the governor wants to open up all the schools, and but yet nothing is being provided in the way of making sure the schools are safe. And she feels that she doesn't want to go back to school until it's safe because she doesn't want to get sick again. But no one is providing any assurances for the teachers or the staff or the kids. So, and Stephanie Miller has been on various TV shows. She's been talking to Chris Cuomo on CNN. She's been on NBC shows. So various news shows. But she's definitely fearful of returning to school, as are all teachers. And so, but these governors want to open up the schools, the president wants to open up schools, but no one wants to provide any safeguards to protect everybody. And the Congress is has passed another stimulus bill with all kinds of good stuff that was passed in the House. The Senate has yet to come up with something. And the Senate Republicans are insisting on having liability protections for employers. So if an employer, someone gets sick in your company or your school, whatever, the employer does not want to be held responsible, does not want to have to face any liability for that. And I think they should. If they're not providing safe working conditions, then they should be held liable. So anyway, so that's teachers. They don't want to go back, and I fully understand. I support them. I really think we need to keep social distancing, shelter in place, wearing a mask, and provide everyone with enough money to live on, to pay their bills, take care of their families. And a lot of people can work from home, but most cannot. So, um, and teaching can be done virtually online with the help of parents and other caregivers of the kids. And you can make sure that all kids have all the technology and equipment and computers they need. Now, so that's something being discussed. I still believe that Trump and the Republicans want the schools to open so that parents can go back to work and schools can continue their role as babysitters. And if your people are going back to work, then the economy will get better and Trump has a better chance of winning the election. Well, you can't put everyone's life at risk to see if that'll help you win the election. So anyway, that's the condition of the schools. Protests are still going on around the country over the murder of George Floyd at the hands of a white Minnesota police officer. And so we have these protests going on all over, basically against racism, police brutality, gun violence, and I support them 100%. Now in Portland, Trump's Homeland Security chief has brought in federal officers, and I don't know if they work for the prisons or the border and customs people or some other federal agency, but they don't wear badges. They travel in unmarked vehicles, and they're beating up protesters unprovoked. People are protesting peacefully, and they're being attacked by these federal forces. And Barr is behind all that. He's the Attorney General of the U.S., and this guy from the Department of Homeland Security is supporting all this and promoting all this. Not a good thing to do. There's a Navy veteran who was in Portland and just in the street, didn't do anything. He was beaten by these federal forces with no identity and unmarked cars. Very bad. So I totally support the protesters. We do have a problem with criminal justice, with policing, not to mention problems with health care, access to health care, and food insecurity, housing. We have people who are hoping to be able to continue to pay their rent or their mortgage and keep their home, but it's getting harder to do that. And so we need more money coming in to support people. If we can afford these tax cuts that benefit the rich individuals and rich corporations, and can afford to have a defense department with massive expenditures every year, we can certainly afford to provide everybody with a living wage, with food to eat, health care, etc. Housing, good housing. Now, of course, this is not going to happen in a vacuum. I support the protesters, and I do whatever I can to support them. Okay, now how about a little song? A song I like to sing is an old song. Don't know who wrote it. Something like "Angels Watching Over Me, My Lord." And I know parts of it. Alright, here we go. All day, all night, angels watching over me, my Lord. All day, all night, angels watching over me. Now I lay me down to sleep, angels watching over me, my Lord. Pray the Lord my soul to keep, angels watching over me. All day, all night, angels watching over me, my Lord. All day, all night, angels watching over me. Alright, hope you like that. And thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to this meeting of Carol Ann Speaks, the State of Our World, on Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. And remember to take care of yourself, take care of others. And remember, there's a big election coming up, so make sure you're registered to vote and learn everything you can about the candidates and issues in your area. Volunteer if you have some spare time to help a candidate or an issue get voted on. Be successful. So, with that said, I'd like to sign off. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Good night, everyone. Stay safe.